It's a surprise evening, Thursday evening one. I'm a wee bit earlier than normal. So with that, I'll begin. Hopefully all is right, and this is loud enough on the mic. Hi. So this is a wee bit earlier than my normal Poets Book by BT on this Thursday evening, but I thought I'll get on now. And we have a curated list followed by any DMs. So hopefully it's loud enough and you can hear me. And I'll start reading our curated list. And our first poem is by Sans Cruth _Jane _writes, and it's a poem called Full Stop. And in a caption they say, to the goodbye we never said. We went back to being strangers who never met, but never said the goodbye we should have said. I hope to change the sky without having any regrets, but this goodbye in me remains. Sometimes it tries jumping out of me, so I ink it down in my poetry like today. Maybe we should meet one last time and say this goodbye. Put the final full stop on my collection of poetries. Just maybe. I think there's never a final full stop on a collection of poetries. I've been writing for a long time now, and I never manage a full stop. They keep coming, and I think life encourages you to keep on writing and keep on coming. And hopefully I can, because this is the next poem is by Forgotten Poet _ and it's called Memory. Hi everyone joining us here on Poetry Book by BT on this Thursday evening with me, Mike, and we're about to read Forgotten Poet _ and a poem called Memory. It was a land rich with both joy and misery, a place where dreams once found serenity in a thicket that stored thy odyssey, but is now only lost to memory. Here marble stone laid its path, once upon a yore, these stones like flat. Now some are lost and some are cracked, consumed in moss, their beauty no longer intact. I travel now with fright from sound that haunts thy sight I found, with the sleeping that may not abound, now so weak and weary these things compound. Within that grove of weeping willows, left decaying with rot, where life resides not, for the ash stains the roots below, and it is here, in this grave, death was now sought. Ivy vines consumed the mind, like a weed forgotten with time, strangling what was mine in a sombre land once sublime. There rests an eroded castle made from this marble mountain, housing that crumbling fountain in which water doth not spout from, still holding forgotten riches of thy tarnished and lost pittance. It's an unrecognisable home I had once called thy own. A forgotten fire devastated this ruin of charcoal bone. Remnants of seeds once sown, sites of which are now unknown. Stairs leading to an empty nowhere that once led to a place of care. But alas, no landing resides there, just a crumbling floor in disrepair. Atop such as stairs, a window made of crystal glass now broke, allowing the wind to pass, shards stained black from soot and gas. lay a mass upon the floor thick with ash. And out that now broken window I see those burnt and decaying willows, where greed of ivy weed now overflows. It's this once green paradise I shall never more behold. In this now empty and dying quarry, mind bare with a now forgotten story. And through, though I shall not age another day this century, I have learned that time is now only an enemy. Hence, this decaying land is that my memory. That's beautiful indeed, yeah. I think, it could be an internal aging type of story where, yeah, we do reach that. Where this now empty and dying quarry, mind bare with now forgotten stories. And though I shall not age another day this century, I have learnt that time is not thy only enemy. Hence, this decaying land, that is my memory. There's some tragedy weaved in there, and I know, looking on the outside and talking to my mum, and her memory is slowly decaying in that way, and it is a tragedy to watch. And our next one is Weird Work to Poet. And in the caption they say, a word from your favourite TT, I love you so much. Did you drink some water today? It's a very short piece. My beloved, you are not failing. You were never given the tools to deal with the randomness of life that throws at you. My beloved, you are a success. You are learning as you go. Be gentle with yourself. And I think we all we do need that. So my beloved, you are not failing. You were never given the tools to deal with the randomness life throws at you. My beloved, you are a success. You are learning as you go. Be gentle with yourself. And I think we all at times need to be gentle with ourselves. Because if we don't look after ourselves, then we certainly are in no position to look after others. And our next piece is by Ocean Rights _13, and that's Argent. And in the caption they write, Crossing Another Year, Birthday Edition. As I'm sitting here, crossing yet another year of my life, reminiscing all those bittersweet memories that shaped me into the person that I am today. A teenage boy full of emotions, outspoken to the core, and not to mention a boy who always craves for affection from his dear ones. Oh, those years were chaotic. Even writing about it makes me so emotional. Nonetheless, it's all in the past. The new version of me is more content, who doesn't look for validation anymore. Surprising for me, but is what it is. But I'm sure the 13-year-old me would be so happy to read this. I'm giving myself a little more love and care nowadays. This year, I have taught myself a valuable lesson, that it is never to expect anything from anyone. The true happiness resides in me. I have eliminated every toxic individual from my life without holding any grudges. At the end, peace to my heart, and I wish peace to your heart. And I think so. It'd be interesting to know how old Ocean Rights _13 is now. Because I think I passed that stage a long time ago. But yes, and I think it's good if you can get to that position, and you remove toxicity from your life. All the best. It's all good. All good. And the next is Aya, the lover. So Aya is another brilliant writer. And the cover page says, well, it's a letter called Dear Paris. And the brief part they put on the first slide. I couldn't coax my fingers to unlatch a special coffret, where the paraphernalia for my I'll start that again. I totally tripped up that. I couldn't coax my fingers to unlatch a special coffret, where the paraphernalia of my epistolary affairs are stored. I couldn't open my own chest either, where my heart perpetuates my words. Dear Paris, I've been wanting to write you a letter for some time, but I couldn't coax my fingers to unlatch the special coffret, where the paraphernalia of my epistolary affairs are stored. I couldn't open my own chest either, where my heart perpetuates my words. I couldn't figure out why I have never had the persuasion to do so. It is my mind cursed with a lack of concentration, and it's these days that paralyses me, or is it my heart harbouring the apprehension from your apathy? A faux assumption, perhaps, that inhibits me from writing to you. I must inform you that I have a love and hate relationship with writing letters. I'm in love with it, for it's one of the most sensual acts I know. Imagine how the paper ardently submits to the quill, sweating off your heart's desire, whilst your mind captures the pulse of an intimate moment. I abhor it, for it may fill me with dread of not getting a reply back. You see, when I was a little girl, I wrote countless letters to my father containing paragraphs of constant pleas to send funds. Nonsense stories of my shenanigans with my schoolmates, and mostly scrawls of my naive queries, who I will bear the weight you left. I'm going to face the future alone. And that is Aya, the lover. And it's epistolary, and I kept tripping my tongue up on it, but it is epistolary. So, and it's a long letter, so it's to be continued, and I'm sure there's much more Aya can tell us. And we move on to aloof.scribbler. Aloof.scribbler, and it's all in the captions. All the flowers I bought myself in discomfort, hoping to get used to it. It is drowning me in my own shell. I see myself in this cinematic tragedy while I've been pushed down a hill to drown in a nearby river. But all in a hush-hush. Love, 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 what I've done in the name of love. I'll leave that for my novel, that unwritten for now. You know, when he spelt out words clearly that there was no line between them and I, it had me in tears and goes unnoticed like always. I'm not special, I'm not different. I wish he had been more direct, but I get it. Subtle chills are enough. I'm the stupid one, I kind of deserve it. I was wide awake all night crushing my soul that walks around dead in the name of survival. His words on repeat mode, and my words floating in the air. He shouldn't be my passion. I've got it all wrong again. Goodness, can someone stop me from buying flowers? That's getting me more melancholic these days. I'm suffocating in these petals that have turned into bloody sheets. And that is scribbler.aloof. Welcome everyone joining us here on Thursday with Poets Sport by BT and me, Mike. And our next poem is by Jim.I.Call, and it's called My Inner Critic. My inner critic once spewed the same lyrics. verses that were too cryptic and a chorus that wasn't worth the mention. So funny how this sad song stopped me from touching down on a new self-image. Even during the moments when I was fourth and inches, never affording me the chance to fortunately forgo being pessimistic. But after a while, now the style of those melodies have been hitting a different, solidifying truths about my own image when I was too busy mistaking the kind words of others as them kidding. Of course, vaulting the volume and vision of my drum took a little minute, but in 60 seconds or less, these reps have given me a voice that isn't concerned about making edits or seeing a need to revisit, just simply embracing the beauty of being more explicit. Don't we really hope that? I think being explicit sometimes works wonders, and other times not so much. And our next piece is by standing_on_stardust, and it is called Here at the End of Things, and it's inspired by Lord of the Rings by Tolkien. And a prompt. Here at the beginning of things, rolling hills crisp air and free-flowing ale, happy songs and friendship strong, adventure beckons to the unknown paths we shall unveil. But what about second breakfast? Through mountains deep within this fellowship of 9 we seek trials and tribulations. Moments of valour, courage and fear, this fellowship remains pure and sincere. Through waters crossed and forests trekked, battles fought and lessons taught. Even the smallest person can change the course of the future. And here, at the end of things, you find a fellowship of 8, but friendship and courage come from within. And don't they just? Don't they just? And that's standing_on_stardust. And we move on now. From my_words_and_dreams. And it's a poem called 90 Long Years. 90 long years, and now you say you've been unlucky in love. What about those November days when the sun warmed the chill-out couch, and you sat at one corner listening to him laugh away, narrating stories about his work, the silly neighbour, and the perennially unhappy aunt? Now you say your heart emptied every year, little by little, filling up instead with kids' love, the warm books lying around, and comforting food on gloomy days, and the money you earned. This life is gone, and now you say you do not know what love meant, though you flew around like an elegant bird, shimmering in the glory of love, and the layers of makeup you adored. The mortal life is dying down, and now you say you embrace the filth, the aches that left you feeling incomplete, inept and dry. You soaked your pillow on lonely nights, wondering where you went wrong, too scared to welcome a new life. I pity you today. Your trembling hands feel more fragile and the corners of your lips are shaking, as if all those years are replaying in front of your eyes like those drama series I love to watch nowadays. I pity you for the loss of a friend you might have had, or a warm partner to share your fears with, to love you for all you did. I shuddered to think how you lived. Will you be thanked in your afterlife for your selfless love and the nights you lost sobbing away? Or you lost the one opportunity you had? Now that's the question. That's the question. And to get to those 90 long years so you can ask that question. But hopefully you have found love in that time. So we move on to Bonita Poetry and a poem called My Love, Unconditional Love, and it's called 8 Mile. You hide from it, I face it. You run from it, I chase it. You skip steps to advance quickly. I learn all the steps to set a solid foundation. Your sanctuary rocky, mine strong, sturdy. Your love ego, my love unconditional. Your demons Achilles' heel, my demons demolished, conquered. Your journey unknown dark. My journey, my purpose, I walk proudly, planting seeds in the garden for my siblings and all the generations after. Was seeking my full potential while you seek instant gratification. I am no saint, and neither are you. Your intentions, my intentions highly differ. You can't lose when love is your intention. And that's Bonita Poetry. And we have another short little poem by VNV11600, and it's called Lady in Red. She was just a simple girl. The cynosure of all eyes, her beauty is beyond compare of what she had, unlike those who treat her differently. I myself am the lady in red, and I brought the colour into this bland world which brings some happiness to you and I. And just happens to be my favourite colour as well, so that can't be bad. So we carry on moving on this poetry support by BT on this Thursday evening with me, Mike. And this is ethics_in_love life. And in the caption they say, depression in her mind, poison in her blood, anxiety in her heart, and she's screaming to be loved. And that's her. Listening to my demons, a heated discussion, mixed messages, misdirection. Whispering voices, echoing memories, make a wish, a second regret. Change of pace, isolation, distant dreams, premonition. Inanimate speech, threatening laughter, a monotone response. Second wind, a revelation, reassurance, ultimatum. Impulsive purchase in a haze, a new discovery, tricks of the trade. It does affects many in such awful ways. And that is ethics_in_love life. Next one is Ruthie_quills, quills_it. So Ruthie quills it. And I think its title is Art. So art, to the bystander, is a thing of beauty, a sight to behold. The motif, a subject of contemplation to the artist, however, but it is a visual expression of emotional prowess, unleashing the chaos that reigns in the deep dark recesses of the alien human mind. A desperate attempt to rest the unrested soul, a quest for the Hiraeth, to tame the demons lurking within. And it's a lovely word, Hiraeth. Hiraeth. It is a Welsh word, and it's stronger than homesickness. It is something that ties your heart to the place where you are, when it's that thing you belong. It is, but it is deeper There is no really English translation. It's just far, far deeper than just saying the word homesickness. It's more than that. It's more of, it's more of heart sickness than a homesickness. Another piece by Gallion and Tracy, and this is from Teresa Gallion, and it's from Contemplation in the High Desert. So it's only a very short piece. The beloved sits at the riverbank, relieving hearts of pain and sorrow. I think I will sit at the river, wait for my turn to surrender. Hi Steve, hi Polly. Very, very short piece by Teresa. And it is the beloved sits at the riverbank, relieving hearts of pain and sorrow. I think I will sit at the river, wait for my turn to surrender. And we move on to some random prompts, and it's called Free Cage. And it turns out everyone's heart is stuck in a cage, yearning to be free, yearning to engage. But fear holds them back, locked behind bars, afraid of the unknown, afraid of the scars, yet deep down inside there's a flicker of hope, a desire to break free, a desire to learn and cope, to be courageous and brave, to unlock the depth of the heart and embrace the journey where love truly starts. Yet when it's set free, it can tumble and fall, finding itself trapped again where hope seems very small. Very true, very so much. Yeah, that's very, very that way. I mean, I think I know the heart loves to feel wanted. He definitely loves to feel wanted. We have another very short piece by r.s._art_, and it's called, well, and in the caption I say, I cannot steer a ship. So it's full speed ahead. Usually I'm in control. The seven seas don't scare me. I push and steer without defeat. But as the waves roll in and air gets thin, even I have to abide by the will of water. You do. The tides will carry you on, no matter how strong you are. And our next poem is by Itzler Walker. If I were a poem, I'd be the music and harmony of the sweet memories of R&B. They had your heart going, be dum-dum all through the night. Unculturally challenging societal norms on love, so little the lyrical clue. I'll start that again. Goofed that one. I goofed. Oh, have a drink. If I were a poem, I'd be the music and harmony of the sweet memories of R&B that had your heart going, bar dum dum all through the night. Unculturally challenging societal norms on love through lyrical calligraphy and stronger than any arrow from Cupid's bow. For I am the reminder that love is always going to win in the end. If I were a poem, I'd create heavenly erotic fantasies, kindly inspired by the sinful seductive desires that are moan expressed in silent moments. I'll be the staccato that laced your silhouettes. I'll be the way to be marred from romantical metaphors that played the strings of your heart, or smiles that sensually strum chords within your yoni. And let's not forget, I'll be the echoes of your exotic, pretty, provocative thoughts, verbally painting visions of pounding your cakes, until some armies have covered the lands, and you've arrived at heaven's door. If I were a poem, I'll be deep pen strokes from deep thoughts, painting lyrical vibes of vulnerability and the epitome of expressing yourself as beautifully dope or brilliantly filthy. Sincerely yours, Eros. Hi, Emma. And we move on to Rainier 700. And in the caption they say, life asks us to succumb to our vulnerabilities often blindly. We may cognitively evaluate risks, but the responses of others is beyond our frail control. So we need to trust in divine guidance. Do we? I trust in love. A distant light shines ever bright, blind of fragile sight. I stand in darkness, a sense of unknowing foreboding, a vulnerability, a state of being. Heart trembling, I reach for the light arms simply with divine trust. I reach out with love residing within, praying trust in divine angels hold true. In faith, I kneel at the altar of the sun, with feet planted on the cold hard earth. Through love I was born into earthly life. It is through love I will return home. And yeah, beautiful. I think, I don't know, blind faith, I think you grow a little bit more cynical as you get older to blind faith. Pardon me. Very much so. And that was Rainier 700. And the final creative piece we have tonight is Writing My F. And it is January, it's a poem called January is a Nothing Month. January is a nothing month, where we fight to keep from drooping. Even the purple speckled pansies shed blooms in the heat, wrinkled like underwear balled in the corner of the bedroom. Gasping through warm towelettes, the kind they give you on overnight flights, fast leather nostrils and mouth over every pore that will breathe. Still, we persist the wilting, men in pink shirts and white shorts on the tram to watch paint dry for 5 days. Try to explain cricket to someone not of the empire, and the queer Asians peppering for Lunar New Year with dragon heads, and blinders that I'm not Asian enough to breathe fire. Yet festivals everywhere as moss on the pavements of the tropical showers that we never used to get, but no longer question. It always poses so many questions. And my family, I think she knows about dragons. I think she sure knows about dragons. And I'm sure she probably know a miss to breathing fire at times. So that was Writing My F. And that brings us to the end of our current Thursday evening live. And with that, I wish you all a good night and see you again next Thursday. Take care. Bye for now. Bye.